Alright guys, this is going to be like take 227, no joke. I think I just spoke for about 20 minutes and realized I never hit the damn record button. So hi, welcome back to the Patient Stitcher. I feel like a big old donkey's butt. Hi, my name is Carey. If you haven't been here before, welcome. If you're coming back, hold on to your rockers, because obviously I had a little bit too much in my sippy cup. My friend Chantel sent this to me and thought that I needed it. Boy, was she right. So, if I haven't already introduced myself, my name is Carey, aka the Patient Stitcher. As I was saying in the other previous video, I've had a lot going on this month. My husband graduated from school, so it's really nice not having two places and constantly traveling back and forth. It's going to save a lot of time on my stitching for sure. So he's home and been working a lot. I worked 2 jobs, sometimes, not all the time, but I worked 2 jobs this month. Helped out Joanne's a little bit. I enjoy working there because it's everything that I do, so I like helping people and be creative, and honestly sometimes when I come home from my creativity it makes me want to do more if I'm not too exhausted, because you know sometimes I'm really exhausted. So with that said, my granddaughter turned 2 months this month. My other daughter turned 17. My grandson and my daughter went home back to Alaska, which was very sad because I enjoyed spending so much time with him. And today just happens to be my birthday. So yeah, it's the end of the month for me, and I did a lot of whatever I wanted to do this month, which wasn't a lot, but to me it was pretty good. So I think what I might do the second time around, before I realized I wasn't recording anyways, I took myself off of the stitching stash board, because every time I saw something I couldn't help but post my name and an email address and obviously spend money, and I have so many patterns, and I was literally kitting them as soon as I came in the house. Like I show you guys, and they were kitted and they were ready to go. I literally have 2 boxes, and I'll show you some other time because there's so many of them, and I didn't even get to a quarter of them in my New Start November. So with that being said, when I was going through some of them, I realized that I didn't have a lot of autumn or Thanksgiving type themed things, so I rectified that situation. I started off with the Lizzie Kate Autumn House. Isn't that cute? Or Autumn Cottage. It comes with a floss. I love these trees. I like everything about this. I think this would be a fairly quick stitch. I can put it somewhere in my house. I love it. I think it's so pretty. I like Lizzie Kate. And I can't show this one because it's actually the pattern, but it's a thank you from Jane from Hands On Design, and it's give thanks. It's simple, cute. I got the Lord's blessing. It says the family and friends and the Lord's blessing, give thanks. I really love the acorns. I love everything about this. It is super cute, and I honestly cannot wait to hang this up. Can't wait to start it. That's a whole nother. I will say I love Glendon Place. I don't know if there's anything about Glendon Places that I don't love. And again, it's awesome. I don't know when I'll start this, but I just had to put it in my collection. And I know the last time I talked to you guys, I told you about this stitching. It's not stitching, it's everything. It's a store that we have here that people go to, and people give them stuff. I've given tons of stuff, from fabric to I mean, they have everything you can imagine. So I went there quite a few times, and I found this pattern. It does not have the floss, it does not have the fabric, but you all know that I am obsessed with dimensions kits. Not only am I obsessed with dimensions kits, I'm also obsessed with stockings. and I found this pattern for $1. Can you get it? I mean, can you stand it? Like, for reals. Look at the birds. This Santa makes me so stinking happy. His tree reminds me of the Grinch. But really? $1. I feel like I got the best deal ever. Now I just have to do some conversions or go through the floss kit and make it all happen, but I couldn't believe it was for $1. All $1. It's crazy. All right, so there's also this place called A Stitch in Time here in central Pennsylvania, and I thought, of course, it has to be a cross-stitch store, right? Stitch in Time. Yes, they did have some cross-stitch. I did not purchase any. I think it's because I just didn't know what I wanted. They did have some 28 count fabric. They had actually a pretty good fabric selection. I don't usually stitch on like 18 count Aida or 14 or 6. I just don't. I love linen. I love Lugana. And I hope I probably won't say an L, but I love Belfast. I love it all, but I'm not as much on the 14, 16, or 18 count. But I love quilting. Hence another reasons why you won't see as much progress on my stitching, because I've been doing other things and I can't show that stuff because it's Christmas presents. I know I've mentioned in the past Quilting BOM. We do a Secret Santa swap every year, and normally I do it. This year I had 2 Secret Santas, so I was a little extra busy in the month of November and some in October. Because I try to be extra, I try to do extra things. So if you tell me you want something, I usually want to try to make it for you. I'll have to show you some photos. I can't show it to you, and it won't even be here. So I did take some photos of it. Yeah, I'll let you see it later. But if you want to see any of my quilting stuff, this is my Flosstube channel, but I'm willing to do some quilting channels because, or quilting videos, because I think it's fun, and I know we have a whole nother community out there that loves to do that stuff too. So I'm just gonna show you a few things because it is my stash. But in the quilting store, they had these. I couldn't resist. This witch and this fabric is just amazing. I love this stuff. I can't wait to do this. So, and I cannot, who can pass up the Headless Horseman? Really? I had that pumpkin. He is so cool. As y'all, if, I don't know, maybe I'll probably do like a finish video this year of the things that I've finished in 2020. I think I finished the Headless Horseman in 2019, but he's not framed yet, so I can always show you. And then I am obsessed. If any of you already know, I am obsessed with owls. I'm obsessed with gnomes. I'm obsessed, period. And I couldn't pass this up. This is so stinking cute. So that was my stash. However, I did, I managed to stitch, I should say, my goal was to do something along the starts of Mania. Mania is when you start 15 I mean, it's got kind of it's different for everybody, and people do something different every year. Some people work on their whips. Some people work on whips from the year prior to the Mania that they started. I've seen so many different variations. I've seen people do 1 whip a day, so they'll do like 30 whips, or 31 whips, or 30 new starts. I did a thing called New Start November. I really wanted to start 30 new whips, but I kind of gave myself a goal. I had to stitch 500 stitches in a project before I could move on to the next one. I have projects that I've started in Mania that literally have like 3 stitches. And I didn't want to feel like I just started it just to start it. Like I really wanted a really wonderful, wonderful progress. I wanted progress. So, here comes the kicker. I started this thing, Semi-Sane Stitchers. I've mentioned them before. I do not want to get in trouble from Semi-Sane Stitchers, so please, if you hear about them from me, tell them Carey Devine sent you, the patient stitcher, so that they'll add you. I think they've just been getting a lot of people from Flosstube, and they really want to know who sent them. Well, they had a thing called Stitchagories. Well, guess what? I joined. There should be no big surprise for any of you, honestly. With that being the case, I won't be able to find it. They picked a new letter each month, and I'm trying to find my spot. So you'll kind of get an idea of how I did things. It's coming. And I probably won't do this in any particular order just because I won't be able to. Because I just threw my projects over here right beside me so that I could just throw them at you. Anyway, so they did a thing called Stitchagories. And so they picked a letter. And what they did in that letter, I don't know why I'm pronunciating like that. So what they did is they picked one letter and then they picked categories. So it looks like the first week, I couldn't tell you, I completed all of them. So I will see if I can find even one thing I started in the first week, which I probably won't be able to because literally, like I told you, there is tons. I started a lot. I did pretty well for myself here. Okay, I know this is going to be, I think I started this one. So, day one in my first 500 stitches, I did "And to All a Good Night." I'm not gonna lie, I had a great time. I loved stitching this thing. It's from Stoney Creek Collection, and they have it on black fabric. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, but I tipped my little hat here at dyeing my own fabric. And I can't tell you if this was going up or down, but look, this is my fabric, and I stitched 505 stitches. But look, I got some reindeer. I think this is pretty epic. Normally, I probably wouldn't have had this many stitches done in a first, whatever. But yeah, I got part of a reindeer. And I love this fabric. I hand dyed this fabric myself. This fabric, I wasn't gonna use it, but it reminded me sort of like the moon coming through the clouds at night. So I was like, why not? I'm gonna try it. So far, I really like it. I hope I don't get to the end and realize that I don't like it at all. But I have at least 500 stitches in it. It's on 32 Belfast, 32 count Belfast linen. So that was the first start of November. And I did him because I think it was Santa. It was an S. And it had to do with cold. So I said that there were cold flying through the night. I'm not very good at making up stories, I'm not gonna lie to you. And I did y'all won't be surprised about this one either. I did I think they're like Norman Rockwells. They're not. This isn't a Norman Rockwell, but it kind of reminds me of them. It's the Saturday Evening Post. I am obsessed with them also. Check him out. Like, I know you've already seen this. And the reasons why I know you already saw this is because I think I just purchased this from that stash unload. No joke. I hand dyed this fabric myself. I tea dyed this fabric. But honestly, check at how amazing that pumpkin's starting to look on that fabric. I think this is 28 count. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. And I'm sorry if the bag's bothering you guys. I know how it gets when you're on these, Yep, it's a 28 count Zwiegart. It's 28 count Evenweave. But yeah, isn't that cool? I love this fabric choice. I love this pattern. I really didn't even want to put it down. I just wanted to keep stitching. So that was, I think this one was Feet. Children Grow Fast. Things that grow. And I said that their feet grow really quick. As children, don't they? That's what I think. So I put 514 stitches in that one. Oh goodness, this one's funny. This one's a great one. This is an old one. And please don't tell me I'm by myself here, because let me just say this. How many of y'all have joined a Sal and never started it? Please don't tell me I'm by myself. This one's from 2017, I do believe. But I've always really, 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 really loved this Sal. This is the Ocean. It's Under the Sea Sal by Lakeside Needlecraft. However, why I did what I did, I don't know. It's a Sal, people. It's a damn Sal. But I did her skin 1/1. It took forever. And why I started on the mermaid, I don't know. But I got 556 stitches out of her. But check out that skin. Check it out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very happy that I did this 1/1. But I will tell you, 1/1's never an easy feat. And usually I have to be in the mood to do 1/1. And then when I was gonna stop, I was like, no, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna come back to it. I got 556 stitches out of it, and I didn't even finish 1 month. So that was the month of July, just in case if y'all wanted to know. And I did that one because it was supposed to be things that are in the ocean, and fish are in the ocean, and at least I did one little fish on there. All right, oh my gosh. So, I think my daughter, Danielle, I'm not 100% sure on this one, but I'm pretty sure it was her. So, when I was growing up, these guys were very popular. Very popular. And I couldn't help but stitch them because I just absolutely loved them that much. In fact, I actually think I have a few patterns of Beatrix. But it is the Peter Rabbit series. And I started this one because I just couldn't help it. Let's see if there's a better, and there's no other better pictures in here. I couldn't help it. I absolutely love it. So food is cooked by the fire. And it had to be something you cooked in the kitchen. So guess what I did? That's exactly what I did. And I did 512 stitches on this one. But look at that. It started turning out really good. And again, this is another project. I started it and I didn't want to put it down. It was so much fun. And starting to see it already come to life. I'm really glad that I did stick with this 500 stitch rule. It did prevent me from starting new stuff, which I guess near there. Do we all really? Nah, we all need to start something new. I don't care what anyone says. So I enjoyed doing those, and I enjoyed them a lot. So I had to do a thing called Parts of the Body. And I actually owned this one for a while. I purchased this out of a needlecraft store in Oregon when my mom was in the hospital. I think when you stay in the hospital for a long period of time with anybody, and she was there for a while. I know I was there for probably like 5 or 6 days. She had a quad bypass. And one of the days I just needed to go. I just needed to get away. So I Googled maps to whatever the local store was, and I obviously probably spent way too much money there. But I purchased this. There was actually 2 of them. I should have bought both of them because I love them both. But this is the Something Wicked This Way Comes. And I've been wanting to stitch this for a very, very long time. But I never got it together. I never did it. But that's now in the past. I stitched this on Lava Lugana from Picture This Plus. And I didn't get it doesn't look like I got a lot done, but I got 510 stitches done on this thing. I just got the heel done, but I am obsessed with this fabric. I've had this fabric for quite some time. The heel, I got the frame done. It's a lot of black. I think I got, right when I was getting to the point of getting everything done, I think I was really happy that I was gonna get this done. I think when you stitch black, you don't realize how monotonous a certain one color can get, right? It's crazy. But I'm really excited about this. I think it'll be a fairly quick stitch. I will be happy to get that up and running and done. Okay, and so that was the finish of week 1. They gave you 5 projects and you just had to kind of match them to go together. I am working on next year's. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I think the month of December I'm gonna stitch and figure out where I'm gonna go with things. Semi-seam stitchers have been really I've gotten a lot done between magical stitches and semi-seam stitches, which I've kind of merged them together on different projects and different things, but it really gets me motivated to get more stitches done. So when I know I'm gonna sit down and try to get a good chunk done, I'm all over it. So, and I think I have felt like immensely accomplished every time. And the group has been they're really positive. So it's been really a great, I just feel like I've gotten so much done. So the next project that I did is a pretty cool one. Again, this is called Mummy's Moonlight Cafe. I know that I purchased this off of that awful site that I keep mentioning. It's not awful, but I had to stitch on things that I was afraid of that started with the letter S. I don't know about you guys, but I can't stand spiders. I don't like them. I don't like being around them. I know they're kind of cool and I think they're great, but there's so many spiders in this thing. But I love this thing. This is like a really cool haunted house. I love the kids' expressions on the face. I love the pumpkins. I love the moon, the ghosts. I love it all. So that's what I started. But I stitched this on the River Style fabric from Under the Sea Fabrics. And I loved it. I will tell you one thing. I have enjoyed my stitching. Like the stitches, I feel like for some reason some of these stitches are just amazing. I mean, we all like to, but I mean, I'm just so happy with how some of these stitches have come out. So the front of the door is almost there. I got 500 stitches in this thing. At least it looks like something. I mean, that's half the battle in my opinion. So I really like that. I don't think I really completed a whole lot in week 2. I'm not gonna lie, week 2 was a little crazy. Oh, week 2 that also started with the letter S, things in school. I know I purchased this off of Stash Unload, but I've seen so many people stitch this and it reminds me of the fairies. And oh goodness, where did oh, I don't have them in here. I don't know where they are. Well, I guess you're just gonna have to see them at a later date because I don't know where they went to. But it's the Lavender Lace Ladies, the 3 fairies. I started that. I don't think I got 500 stitches in it, but I did start it. And that was all I finished in week 2. In week 3 was the letter R, and I had to do a type of mammal. Telling you guys, you're gonna laugh at me because look what it is. It's a dimensions kit. What's that? It's a cute little rabbit. So guess what I did? I started it. It's all the kit called for, but I did something different this time, and I'm gonna tell you that I thoroughly loved how I stitched this. I didn't even actually update this, which was sad, but probably because I was too late. I got 560 stitches in this one. So, oh, and they're all tangled up, but that's okay. So, I started in the center. And I think I'm gonna start stitching some of my dimensions kits like this for a while. And look at how much I got done. This is just right near the scarf and the bird. It's actually right near the bird area. It's right, oh, it's right there. Right in here. So I started in the center and probably like right here. And then I started around. I'm obviously missing that one, but what I'm doing is I'm starting in one spot and working my way around. And I feel like I actually have stitched faster than if I just kind of just go all over the place. So yes, there's a lot of threads, but you know what? It actually works out really well and it stitches up pretty quick. So I'm really enjoying this method, and I obviously started another stocking during this time, and I used the same method, and I got 600 stitches in probably less than an hour or an hour and a half. So I'm not always the fastest stitcher, but when I can stitch that much, that quickly, I've sold myself. Like I think we all want to find different ways to stitch better or do things better or do whatever it is. And yeah, I was very pleased with that. Like I was happy that I got so much progress, and just totally thoroughly happy with that. So, hope you didn't hear my granddaughter downstairs. She just bellowed out. So, I think this one was thankful for Santa's red suit, of course. It had to be something with starts with an R. It's a red suit. Who isn't thankful for Santa's red suit? I did get 517 stitches in this thing, and I really liked stitching this too. This was a lot of fun. There's a few threads hanging around. And this is, I think, stitched on 28 count also. Yeah, his whole suit, almost his whole jacket is done. I have to pull the threads because they're talking about putting like fur around the cuffs and around the edges, which I totally agree. I think that if you can actually like make it look fluffier, I am all for it. So yeah, that was fun. That was pretty quick. I stitched that pretty quickly and was very happy with that. And it even came with the keys, so I purchased this probably on Stash and Load, and it even came with the keys. Excuse that. So I can't wait to hang the keys on him. Maybe he'll be done for next Christmas. I'm hoping for a very, very happy finishing next year, even though I can't complain. I did a lot this year. We're just gonna keep on going. Oh, I really love this piece. This is called the Winter Feeder. Not a very big piece. I probably, if I would have stuck with this, no joke, I would have been done in a day. Because I thought it was bigger than what it really was, and it's not. So it's very beautiful. But I love birds. And this is the Crossed Wing collection, number 37. It has got so many different types of birds in there, and I just absolutely love it. Love, love, love. And I did this because I had to do a bird, and the bird I did was the red pole, because it had to start with an R. And I don't even honestly remember how many stitches I got in this. 505. And this is stitched on no tag. I don't know, it's probably in there. Look what I got done though. There's a lot of snow in here and a lot of other stuff, and my cat's on my back. She's been pawing at the door to try it again. I'm sure I have the tag around here somewhere, but I love this fabric. This is probably done by, I had a lot of Stephanie fabric in my stash, and that's what I did. I just kept, oh no, it's Fiberlicious. I did it on A Beautiful Day to Be Alive. What a great name of a fabric. And it's on 28 count Joblin.
No.
And my granddaughter just came in the room.
Trying to get him off the sucker with phone.
recording. Do you want to come say hi, baby Evie? Watch it, watch the trip. Want to come say hi to everybody? And I will steal this. Want to say hi to everybody? Come say hi. She's grown so much since she's been on TV last. Hey, TV. Well, it is kind of TV. She's gonna be famous. Huh? You gonna be famous? Ooh. Are you gonna get sick? Yep, Mama. Here you go.
What? Oh.
I want to overhaul all my stuff. I'm so sorry, guys. Alrighty. So, let me see what else. Ooh, so sorry about that. So the next thing I stitched, and I stitched this because it had to be on, it had to start with a T, and I started the Autumn by the Cricket Collection. Again, this is another thing that I purchased off from Stash Unload. No, actually I think I've owned this one. I want to do all of them eventually. And I did the U. It's pretty sad when backwards looks just as good as forward does. So I did the U, tried to finish the pumpkin, but I did pretty good. I did 539 stitches on this one. This is Fabrics by Stephanie. That's the Colonial Parchment. It's on 28 Lugana. Yeah, I really like this fabric, and I think it's going to be beautiful on it. I think it's going to be really nice. All right, we're almost done, ladies and gents. Okay, I have been really wanting to start this. This is another piece that I purchased in Oregon. I told you I went to that store and I purchased a couple of things. I probably should have just walked right back out the door, but I didn't. This is a Nora Corvette, and this is Monkshood. I love her. She's mysterious. She's just cool. I absolutely love this person. I love her colors. I don't know what it is about her. And I had this hanging around. I don't even know. I think I actually bought this. It's 28 count. Because I wrote that down. But I don't know where I got it from. But it was just hanging around. So guess what I used? I used it. And I actually got some stitches in her. And I think it looks great on this linen. It looks great on this linen. And I think I got, yes, okay, 509 stitches on this one. So that was a really great start on that one. And I think this is the last one I just did. And remember I was telling you that when I was doing certain things or when I started new projects, I was really enjoying the way that I stitched it. Sorry for the interruption. But I couldn't pass this one up either. So this one was for, this one was going to be for things related to Christmas or, no, things that you find in a pair or a set. And you always find twins in a set, right? That was the reasons why I was going to do this one. Come on. It's dimensions. It's stockings. But again, I did the same style. This is still on my Q-snap, by the way. I did the same style as I did before. I love this. So I started, I can't even tell you where I started, but I started, I think, right in here, and then I started going up and down and around. So I'm just doing this big circle all the way around until it stops meeting, and then just, I'm loving how the stitches turn out in this. It's not so, I don't know, sometimes I think when I do dimensions kits and I try to keep myself with one color or doing, I just find that the stitches change. I'm finding it doing it this way keeps the stitches tight, it keeps them together, it keeps them from, I don't know, I'm really enjoying how the stitches turn out on these dimensions kits now, so I have a funny feeling I'm going to probably stick with this process for quite some time. I really enjoy it. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what it is about that style or how it goes, but I like it a lot. So, I don't know what my plans, oh, actually, I'm going to show you something that's so close to being, this is so close to being done, but it's not, but I worked on it, at least a little bit. I found it really difficult to work on a lot of things when kids were around and I had a lot of other things happening, but I did get some significant progress on this and I beaded a lot. It doesn't have a lot of beading left to go, so I guarantee you in December this will probably be on my list. But it's Santa's sleigh. And look at the beads. I got all of the beads up front here done, all the way down. And then I started over here with some of the mistletoes. Look at those beads. I love this, not gonna lie. And then I did this long string down here. This happens to be, it's very heavily beaded in some areas. I finished the Krynic. Like the Krynic over here, I finally got it in the mail, I do believe. I know I got it in the mail, and I know I finished it. There's very little that needs to be done. There's stuff that needs to be done, but it's very little. So I will probably be finishing up this pretty quickly, like really quickly. And then it'll be on my to be done list, like it'll be done. But I really think that it turned out really well. So now just to work on some of the reindeer. To pull this magnificent, and the letters. I backstitched these letters, or these tags, and they're so stinking cute. I love this. Now, I will say, doing beads, and I heard this from somebody else, I don't remember who I heard it from, doing beads on another count, like 32 count, I think is fine. I don't remember what it is. It is hard for some beads to fit in their certain sections. Of course, before I started this, I didn't think anything of it. So there may be a few 1 or 2 beads missing to make this work and to all fit and look accordingly, and to have the aesthetically pleasing look to it. I'm the only one, well, y'all know now because I told you, but no one really knew before that, did they? So, some places are missing 1 or 2 beads along the way. So I'm sure you'll see that in December on the finished wall. What I will probably be doing in December, my trick-or-treat hate has been calling my name. I wanted to get fully across the thing. I fully across my board, or my the page is done, and I'm so close. So I did a lot of new starts for my birthday month. I will be putting them in my collection next year. I thought I was going to do a full dimensions, like I was just going to do dimensions galore and just work my little heart out and try to get as many done as I could. I'm not sure I'm going to do that now. I honestly believe that I'm just going to put all my whips together and I'm just going to start picking from the front. I loved this 500 stitches piece, but I can do 500 stitches fairly quick if it is not such a huge confetti type. I can do pretty good. And of course, if I have time. That seems to be a really big proponent lately that I do not have a lot of. But I am working on that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I have some stuff that's older. I really think that my trick-or-treat Haid and my sleigh will probably get a good progress in December. I'm getting some time off from work. I will not be working at my other job, so I can actually enjoy some time off. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I was hoping for 30 new starts, and I probably got like, what, 10 or so? That's okay. I'm happy with that. I did get a lot done. I do not know how many I'll start next year. What are you doing? I don't know how many I'll start next. My cat's right here, if you can't tell. My 18-year-old kitty cat, who keeps pawing my back because she wants attention. Got another clean bill of health. She's never going to go anywhere. Yes, I think that's what we're going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. Here she goes pawing at my back again. You can't see her, but she's there. If you think that you would like to see some of my quilting, let me know. You can't see her, but she's back there giving me a back massage. I will be back with my stitching. I wasn't on for Thanksgiving. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, give thanks. Being thankful is probably the most important thing we need right now. It's been very tough for a lot of us here in Pennsylvania too, because our cases have been going crazy here. But we're all trying to make the best of whatever we can. Be thankful for your family, your friends. I'm thankful for my stitching community. I can't even imagine. I get lots of love, lots of comments, you guys are fabulous, and I enjoy watching everybody's progress, watching everybody grow, and learning a lot from our Flosstube community also. So I just want to say thank you. If you've made it this far, I hope you guys have a very blessed Christmas. If I don't get on before then, if you don't celebrate Christmas, that is okay too. I'm okay with that. Hopefully next month I'll be able to share some more amazing stitching and lots of love to you guys. Have a fabulous month and happy stitching.